I think it's kind of wild. One of our liberal Supreme Court justices just compared interracial marriage to kids having, gender altering you know what's. Lady, there is no excuse for this level of incompetence. But out of being fair, I'm going to pull up the. Okay, I got this. This is going to be from Grant Godwin, the typical liberal. All right, and I'll even give him I'll give him the Rex. Jesus, dude, you freaking farted. My dog farted and about dropped me. Okay, here we go.
That was sort of like the starting point. The question was whether it was discriminatory because it applied to both races and it wasn't, necessarily invidious or whatever. But, as I read the statute here, the case here, the court starts off by saying that Virginia is now one of 16 states which prohibit and punish marriages on the basis of racial classifications. And when you look at the structure of that law, it looks in terms of you can't do something that is inconsistent with your own characteristics. It's sort of the same thing. So it's interesting to me that we now have this different argument, and I wonder whether Virginia could have gotten away with what they did here by just making a classification argument the way that Tennessee is in this case.
Yes, I think that's exactly right, that there is absolutely a parallel between any law that says you can't act inconsistent with a protected characteristic and in all other
Okay. That was peak brain rot, but here's kind of what I got from it. These things should be allowed because it would be discriminatory not to allow them because of the same reason of classification that would allow bans on interracial marriage. Okay, that's about as brain rotted as it can get, but I'll try to interpret it a little bit. Effectively, she wants to be able to claim that kids getting mutilated by some money-hungry physician or surgeon somewhere, and the state protecting said kids from what is effectively a social fad. Okay, because it is. At that point, it's a social fad. A dangerous one at that. It falls in line with old stick it in tinfoil and stick it in a light socket. And if you remember that, I'm not the only old person here. The reality is that the states have a duty to protect their residents from physical and emotional harm. And by allowing these surgeries to take place on account of a minor, which, by the way, you don't want to hear this, but if you're under the age of 18, you're extremely impressionable. You're just impressionable in different ways. Trust me, I would know. At the end of the day, it's not discrimination, it's protection. Okay? You don't let the sheep in with the lions and expect them not to end up a mess. The fact is that all right, we have two different versions of the American medical, not the American Medical Association, but the American medical industry, okay? You have the people who genuinely care. Sorry, camera's not really getting that right. You have the people that genuinely care, and then you have the ones that are in it for the money. Here's where you're finding this, right? Most of the surgeons that are okay with doing this to minors fall under the I just want my money. The ones that actually give a crap and care are the ones sitting there saying, okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Let's talk about how we can get you some help. Let's talk to a counselor. Well, let's talk to your school. Let's talk to your parents. Let's see if we can coalesce around a reason as to why you feel that way and see if we can try to adjust or fix whatever's wrong. And there might not be anything wrong. It could just be a chemical imbalance in the brain, right? That they'll have to live with for the rest of their life. And there might not be a safe medication for them to take, because any medication that messes with the brain at least runs some sort of risk of making you go nuts. But you can't classify this the same way as interracial marriage. This is possibly the dumbest person on the Supreme Court bench, and it's literally like just another time she's proven her lack of any sort of judicial knowledge or prudence. And you can thank Biden for her having a seat, and I have no idea how to I don't even know if you can remove a Supreme Court justice for incompetence. Good luck. Gonna leave it there. You like the content, hit the like and subscribe button. If you have anything to add to it, hit the comment section. Until then, peace!